Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Kova here. If you are new around here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. But we are starting today with something a little bit different. We are doing the most hated footballers in history. That's right, we're going through, I think we have 10 footballers that are hated everywhere. Well, not everywhere, but most places. And there's different reasons why they are. Now, for a start, obviously Ronaldo is featuring. He is there on the screen. Now, that's for his football antics, not his antics outside of football, where he donates a lot of money to charity and is overall a generally good person. So that's why I just thought to clear that up before we begin. Now, first up is Joey Barton. Now, this guy, he's a changed man. Let's get this straight. The past few years, he has not been anywhere near the level he used to be. Now, at the height of his career, which was earlier on, obviously, he's, I wouldn't say he's over the hill, but he isn't playing at the same level he used to. Now, at the height of his career, Joey Barton has been, twice convicted of assault. In 2007, which was really the year, he went off the rails, if you like. He attacked a Manchester City teammate, a guy called Dabo. I don't think he plays football anymore. And that was during a training session, and he received a 4-month suspended jail sentence. And then on the 27th of December in 2007 as well, he was having a night out in Liverpool city centre, a drunken night out, and he punched one man 20 times before then hitting a 16-year-old boy who was left with broken teeth. Now, from this, Barton served 6 months in prison. And, to show how much he's changed, he regularly quotes people on Twitter and is seen as, a reformed character. Next up is Sergio Busquets. Now, obviously, everyone hates a play actor in football. Nobody likes them. I don't know why a lot of people do it, but Busquets is one of the worst. Him and Pepe, for me, are really, two of the ones that are just disgraceful. Busquets, there was one particular situation, and that was with Thiago Motta. It's on the screen there, and basically, Busquets went down. He got hit in the face a little bit. I'm not sure whether it was full-on big strike, but there was small contact. And yeah, he did get hit in the face. He had every right to go down, but what he did afterwards was the one thing that everyone hated. And Busquets basically was rolling around on the floor, holding his face, and through his hand, you could see him looking up at the referee. And he basically had a smirk on his face, which for me is absolutely disgraceful. The guy is meant to be a role model to other people, and he was trying purposely to get a guy sent off. Next up is Diego Costa. Now, everyone knows how much of a wind-up merchant Diego Costa is, and few other players are so good at winding up opponents and also getting away with it, while his opponents get sent off. However, other than where he plays his home games at Stamford Bridge at the moment, there is no or hardly any other place where he's liked, basically. And also, his native Brazil aren't exactly, in love with him after he turned them down and ends up switching alliances to Spain. Next up is Hadji Diouf. Now, just look at that photo. That photo is him spitting at fans. That's right, he was spitting at fans, which is absolutely disgraceful. Now, to sum up him in a nutshell, Neil Warnock, who is obviously an outspoken manager, he basically done this quote. He said, "I'd call him a sewer rat, but I don't think he's good as that, and he'd be insulting sewer rats if he did call Hadji Diouf one." Now, that just shows how much he is hated. Now, Neil Warnock is not exactly, the most liked man in the universe. And he made that quote after he verbally abused Jamie Mackie while he had a broken leg. A lot of people knew Hadji Diouf anyway. He's had 3 different spitting incidents. And even Roy Keane absolutely hates the guy. He's also insulted Gerrard at one point, insulted a few other people. He's just overall a nasty piece of work. Next up is Icardi. Now, on this photo, this is obviously Icardi on the right, and then it's the ex-wife of his former teammate, Maxi Lopez. Now, when Maxi Lopez and his wife fell out, obviously Icardi then apparently swooped in, and that was apparently before the marriage was even over. However, after marrying her just after her divorce had been finalised, Icardi then posted a picture on, I believe, Instagram of the 3 kids that the ex-wife of Maxi Lopez has, Nara, and he posted the caption of the 3 kids on Twitter or Instagram, whatever it was. you know, which a lot of people seen as disrespectful. It's not even his kids. It's obviously Maxi Lopez is the father, and he just basically was all around a nasty piece of work how he done it. You know, he went about it, and such behaviour did not go well. And a lot of people did not appreciate him, you know, just swooping in after someone else's wife and not even caring about it, you know, putting it on Twitter, Instagram, everywhere, and being so upfront about it. Next up is obviously Pepe. You know, we've mentioned him before, you know, in the squares about his play acting. Now, for a guy who is so, like, built big and strong by the looks of things, he doesn't half go down a huge amount. You know, it's whether it's like feigning an injury or assaulting someone, but then play acting afterwards. He always does it. And a player like him, a big, strong centre-back, should not be going down as much as he does. And that's why a lot of people hate him. You know, any contact with him and he will go down, which is, you know, madness. And here is Cristiano Ronaldo. You know, a lot of people obviously do hate him. You know, he's had quotes such as, people are jealous of me because I'm young, handsome and rich. You know, especially against Iceland, he made the quote, I thought they won the Euros after the way they celebrated at the end. And, you know, that's just like a football reaction. And that's why, you know, I mentioned it before, everything about him football-wise, if he gets asked a question about it, you know, he tends to become arrogant. And that's football-wise, but then you miss all the other stuff. You know, nobody reporting the stuff of him donating money to UNICEF, you know, donating money to help children have surgeries and stuff like that. Nobody sees that aspect of Ronaldo, so I'm a bit on the fence with this one personally. You know, and a lot of people like Ronaldo anyway as a footballer. At the end of the day, he does anything to win. But then, as I say, he does stupid things like the Iceland thing where he said, you know, they have their small mentality. But that's just him being a sore loser, and that just shows how much Ronaldo wants to win. But again, it's not exactly the best of, you know, behaviour. Next up is Harald Schumacher. Obviously, not one that many will know. This was Germany goalkeeper who took out the France forward Patrick Battiston. And it was like a horrible foul. Battiston ended up losing 2 teeth and suffered 3 broken ribs. That's how bad the tackle was. He basically just went all out to take him out, no matter what. He done it, and I think he had like flying kicking him towards the face. I think he actually did get the ball and didn't even get sent off for it, but it was such a bad tackle, everyone ended up hating him for it. Next up is Luis Suarez. Now, there's numerous different things why everyone hates him. Now, the one that's mentioned like first I'm going to talk about is the save against Ghana, where he was on the line and he made the save. You know, he said he made the save of the tournament after watching Ghana miss the resulting penalty, and they obviously went out as well to Uruguay. Now, if anyone else was in this situation, it was the last minute, you know, it could help their team stay in the competition. I think most people would do the same thing. I personally would. Maybe I wouldn't gloat about it, but I would personally do that and give my team a chance. You know, hope that the other team missed the pen or the keeper saves it. It gives you a slim chance. This was like literally last seconds of this game. I think it was tied and Ghana, you know, basically scored. But then Suarez obviously saved it. And that gave Uruguay the chance. And it did actually go through. But then there's other things to Suarez as well that I don't agree with. You know, he's beaten an opponent on 3 separate occasions. Now, what did I know of? I don't know the third one. I know Bakal, when he was playing for Ajax against PSV Eindhoven, he bit him. I obviously know Chiellini. I'm missing the last one. I think he done one with Liverpool, but I can't believe I don't recall it. Let me know in the comments if you know the last one where he bit someone. I just don't remember it for, you know, God help me. And then he also, you know, was racist towards Patrice Evra, you know, 5 times during a game against Manchester United in 2011. Next up is John Terry. I think that's it, actually. Yeah, there we go. That is John Terry. And, you know, a lot of people don't like him. Obviously, he slept around behind his wife's back. And that's the main one why people don't like him. And that is because, you know, he slept... Was it with him who slept with Wayne Bridge's wife? Yeah, it was. And he ended up, like, falling out with Wayne Bridge and not speaking to him again. But, you know, overall, John Terry does everything in terms of, like, he wants for a team. But... it's just the way he goes about it, and any team that plays him doesn't like him. I actually think he's obviously a very good player at one point, and he gave his life on the line for England. You know, there's always a picture that makes me laugh where John Terry tried to block a shot with his face, and that was like great. But a lot of players just don't like him. and he shamelessly lifted the Champions League trophy in 2012. I think that's a picture on the screen. Despite being suspended for the final on, account of a red card, and he almost put his team out. But that's it, guys. That is our most hated players. Let me know if there's any glaring omissions from this. There probably is. Let's be honest. I probably missed, the odd few. Let me know in the comments below if you think anyone else should have been included in this. But other than that, let's see if we can get 20 likes on this video. I will be absolutely amazed if we can do that. And I shall see you in the next one.